Our Commander-in-Chief, Jacob Zuma, salute. Somebody must say this, and I'm gonna say it. I know it's not an easy thing to say. It can create a lot of confusion. It can give ground for people to criticize, but somebody must say it. In your previous life, Commander JZ, there was dark cloud put on you around your relationship with the Guptas. You didn't mention your words. You stated clearly that those are your family friends and you ain't gonna give up on them and they've got nothing to do with the state capture. We believe that we supported you, and we still believe that's true because there's no evidence against them. The new rhetoric that is being pushed around now is that you started the MK party as a what call inheritance, future inheritance for your kids. There's been a lot of criticism involving Commander Zizwele, and there's a lot of reaction now involving the new member Zuma, who has been unveiled recently. What I want to say about that is this: from the Gupta point, as much as the narrative is still being pushed back, but it had some impact, negative impact, on your support and leadership as the person. Certain people really believe that the Guptas have captured you and they've pushed their interest using you. As a result, it's reasonable to believe that the current narrative that you are just creating future worth or source of power for your kids by creating MK, it can also be impactful in a negative way in terms of how to run the struggle of the oppressed through MK. With that background, our Commander-in-Chief, I think it's reasonable to say, where possible, have the family members, Commander Zizwele and Commander Zuma, supporting you at the background, and allow the people who come from outside the family, those you trust, like Floyd, like Mani, like all other MK party leaders, to lead from the front. Because if we continue to put your family in front, and those who are deemed to be your friends, like Guptas, I know now their story, their history now, they're no longer a factor. It will continue to even create doubt amongst the people who trust you. This revolution belongs to the people, and we must be seen acting in a way which confirms that this is not the family business. I know, Comrade JZ, you are not making this a family business, but there are people who are making it like that. So those leaders, let's try to make them lead from behind, because they are family people. We don't want to create a situation whereby the voice of counter-revolutionaries is validated by seeing you surrounded by your family members while pushing the struggle of black oppressed. It's a plea even to my sister, Zuma. Salute, Commander. It's a plea to my brother, Zuma. Salute, Commander, that if you have to sacrifice your presence and leading from the front just to get rid of this growing narrative that MK is just a Zuma stock fair, please do so. it's very easy to confuse people. People could be confused by something small. If you also feel that your presence and front running is strengthening the narrative that MK Party is just for family business, please support Ubaba from behind. Time will come where any other person may stop doubting your credentials if they do, or start understanding that you are as revolutionaries just like your father, not people who are just pushed to the front line because they are benefiting by virtue of being family members. I personally believe Duduzane can help us to penetrate the youth in tertiary institutions. He has shown very strong popularity. It's an area to explore and strengthen the powers of MK Party. I personally believe that Zizwele Zuma is in good place to move, strengthen, and grow the Women's League because of your political convictions and prowess around political matters. But there is a negative rhetoric around you. We can ignore it and move on, but I'm worried about the impact it can potentially have amongst us, those who believe in Zuma. Because Zuma is the leader of Black Oppressed Forces. Many people confuse our commitment and support to Jacob Zuma as being just a simple Zuma loyal. And we know that it's not like that. We support and believe in you, President Zuma, simply because just like Floyd, just like Dr. Hlophe, you have a long history of commitment to the movement of Black oppressed class. That's the reason why we believe in you. We are not supporting President Jacob Zuma because he's Zuma or part of Zuma family. We support you because you have been very adherent, consistent, and trustworthy in pushing liberation of the oppressed. And we don't want to confuse that with any other interest. If it happens that President Zuma, today you turn and behave like Ramaphosa, we will fly away from you like flies. If any of rhetoric's leveled against you could be true, be proven to be true, we will fly away from you like flies. The reason why we are still sticking on you is because the enemy has not proven the rhetoric leveled against you. And we trust all those things they say are not true. Why it is so? It is because this liberation belongs to the Black oppressed class. And we are following you because of your political commitment, Comrade Jay-Z. There's no other reason. And I know that you know this yourself. We have not received a cent from you or any business community aligning with you. We follow you because of your political philosophy, commitment, and consistent in pushing the struggle of the oppressed, which is bigger than all of us, individually, at a family level, and at a community level. It is a struggle we must win. So anything that creates doubt or casts dark cloud has to be dealt with urgency and commitment it deserves. And one of those is the growing rhetoric that MK is a Zuma family stockfile. And I'm saying to my sisters and you, our father, our commander, if it need be, your family should lead or support you from behind and let those who come from outside of the Zuma family lead. please do so. If you also see the damage it can potentially create to substantiate or by substantiating the rhetoric that we are just a Zuma stokvel. We don't want our people to lose focus to liberation of the oppressed. We don't want these other smokes to make us feel like we're inhaling unnecessary kind of air pollution. We want to be clear, and we want the society to be very clear that this is a movement of the oppressed, and we aim to achieve liberation with speed we can. So it's my plea to Comrade Duduzane, it's my plea from Comrade Dudu, that if, comrade, you need to sacrifice your front leading of MK to quell or to push away confusion and doubt that possibly, or aspersion or insinuation that MK party is just a Zuma stokvel, please lead from behind, comrades, because not at this point we can allow confusion. We know the enemy thrives on confusion of black masses. And that's why Steve was said, the most lethal weapon of the oppressed is the mind. The most lethal weapon of the oppressed, in the hands of the oppressor, is the mind of the oppressed.